Right, everyone. So basically today I wanted to do something a little bit different, all right? I wanted to do like a little cat series, okay? So obviously like how I managed to obtain like all these little cats, and like basically they're my family anyway, all right? So everyone, this is Tilly, all right? Cheer up, Tilly. And I just wanted to explain about how I managed to obtain Tilly, all right? So basically the first thing I was going to mention is that when it comes to getting yourself a pet, all right, it's not just for Christmas, it's not for a birthday present, it's actually for life, all right? So when you decide to actually take on this responsibility, it is a serious thing, all right? You can't just, after 5 minutes, that's it, you've had enough of it. Or the second that it might, say, like, have an accident on the floor, whether it be sick or whether it goes to the toilet on the floor, it can't help it. It doesn't understand. You can't shout at an animal either if they do something wrong. Like, shouting at them is completely out of order. You can't do that. And it'll actually damage them, okay? So yeah, but basically getting back to the story, when I first got Tilly, is that I was really adamant that I wanted to get myself a kitten or a cat, all right? And originally I was looking on, say, Facebook Marketplace, I was looking on Spock, I was looking on Gumtree, I looked everywhere to get one. And I did find a few, but I wasn't really too like worried about what breed I wanted to get or what color like I wanted to actually get. I wasn't really bothered at all. I just wanted to get a kitten. I was literally like really excited by the idea of getting one. So basically, I got a phone call from one of my friends, and he told me that a guy next door to where we used to work on this industrial estate, this Greek guy called George, he said that this little tiny kitten keeps coming into his like place where he fixes pallets and he mends them for obviously like to sell them to other companies and stuff. He said that this little kitten keeps coming into his workshop, and then like it comes to see him every day, and he keeps feeding it cat food. So I said, no, you can't do this. All right. So what I've done is I managed to go down to where the industrial estate was, and I asked him a few questions. And obviously, like Tilly had not been like haven't had her injections. She's not been spayed. She's not been neutered. Like nothing like that. So I thought the best thing to do is just take on the responsibility of looking after Tilly now. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give her a good home, and that's what I've done. All right, but I was very adamant that obviously that's what I wanted to stick by, and I've always stuck by that. So every time that I've been ill, all right, so even like a few weeks ago, I was sitting here shivering and I was cold. Like I felt really, really rough. Tilly was the only one to actually, like, out of all the cats, funny enough, to actually come and look after me, could come and sit right next to me. And basically, I really couldn't imagine life without her. So she's a big part of my life in a way, and she's like a really good part of the family. All right, she's very funny. She's very comical. All the cats, they have like their own little personalities, which is really cool as well. I mean, there is 5 cats in total, so yeah, they're all going to be different from each other, but they all get on really well with each other as well. They all have a good little laugh. And basically, like what I said to George now, right, is that I will take on the responsibility of looking after Tilly. So I managed to put her in a little box, all right, without a lid on it or anything, and I put a little blanket on her and everything, and I took her to my house, which was only like 5 minutes away. So what I've done is the second that I got her in, I decided to try and settle her down to make sure that she was comfortable. And what I've done is I literally thought, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to wait another 20 minutes. And then, yeah, I'm going to see if I can go to the shop. So I managed to go to the shop and get her a few little like bits of food and a few treats and a few little toys and everything. Didn't I, Tilly? And then what happened is after a few weeks, she just got really comfortable. And this obviously is like an outside cat, and I've managed to domesticate her. Like I made her like start using the litter tray, and she was pretty comfortable and everything. Like she picked up everything pretty much straight away. And even like being around the house, no matter where I went, she always followed me everywhere, and she still does as well. And so do all the other little cats as well. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that you can say like domesticate a cat that's obviously been outside from even a kitten, but obviously the earlier that you get to say do things to try and help them, like even clip the nails, all right, make sure that you do it from a very young age, because the second that they start getting older and you go to do it, they don't really like it, and obviously they start playing up, don't you, mate? So yeah, like when it comes to it, just make sure that they're very well looked after. And if you have a multi-cat like household like what I've got, they do need a lot more attention and a lot more focus, all right? But yeah, you can't give a little kitten cat food because it's really bad for their digestive system. And also sort of the reverse as well. Like for instance, you can't give an old cat kitten milk, so it's really bad for their digestive system as well. So I've read a lot about this and done a lot of studying as well about these things. All right, so literally, like, this is just a little story of how I managed to obtain Tilly. All right, but yeah, we've been through a lot over the years, haven't we, mate? Haven't we? Hey, right. But literally, like, I do have a lot of other cats. I mean, there is Socks, there is Tyson, there is Simba, and also we have Oliver as well. Right. So I mean, like, they've all been through sort of like little bad sort of spouts about like all their life. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get into it like bit by bit, and just trying to explain a little bit. Obviously, like if you do know that a cat, like for instance, is in your back garden as well, and like they're a bit scared, like a little bit digi, and sometimes like Tilly gets a little bit like scared as well. You just got to comfort them, to be honest. The best thing to do is like, even for instance, there's a lot of wild cats that come to the back of my house, and I'm always like, say I might even have extra food that my cats won't particularly like, and they actually love it. They're really not fussy at all. So yeah, if you can, just try and help out as much as you can. I mean, even for instance, the pound shop, they sell like little cat treats like Dreamies and everything. They're really good. I mean, they're really cheap as well. So obviously, like even like a few cats like that I've seen on the street as well. Sometimes I even carry a few little treats in my pocket. So if I see any like wild cats on the street or whatever, I'll give them a little treat, and they're really, really friendly. You'd be actually really shocked. And yeah, say for instance, like with cats, I feel as though they're a lot more, say, looking after than what I've noticed with the dogs that I've had over the years as well. And yeah, the cats have always been there for me. Like no matter what I've been through, I always manage to talk to them. If I feel like upset or whatever, I'll just sit there and talk to them. And they're a really, really fantastic animal. I love Tilly to pieces. And basically, like with all the cats, like I said, they've all got little personalities and everything. But with Tilly and everything, like when I first met her, she was very, very like scared, like, but she managed to get out of that and break out of that a lot. But she is very, very comical as well. Like you do like even say a few things like around her, and then she'll give you this like really weird, funny sort of stare with her little eyes, sort of like how she's doing now, right? So she will actually crack you up as well. Like you get to say a few little things, and you get to have a laugh and a joke with her and everything. She looks pretty serious on camera now, but she's actually like really, really funny. And she loves affection as well. That's another thing, right? Say for instance, if you do have like cats or dogs or whatever, just make sure that you give them loads of like love and loads of affection, and they really miss like human interaction as well. But whereas a dog will actually like need you to be there constantly for them all day long or all night long. A cat, you can basically leave them for a little while and they're fine. But as long as there's like no loud noises or bangs or crashes or whatever, then they're absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? Literally. So just make sure that if you are going to take on an animal, all right, just give them a little bit of comfort, give them a bit of love, give them a bit of affection, and just make sure that you get their diet plan right. Okay, so the diet plan is very, very like serious. And also, if there's not much information that you know as well, you can also do a little bit of research into it. You could either watch videos on YouTube, or you could either like take books out of the library, get yourself a little library card, and then just do a bit of even online as well. Online there is loads of stuff that you can actually research. So like I said, this is just a little story to obviously bring this like awareness out there. And obviously like you can take on responsibility, but it is absolutely down to you at the end of the day. All right, so literally just make sure that if you are going to do that, there are fundamentals that do come into play. So don't just think, oh, this is going to be a breeze or it's going to be easy. No, it's not. I mean, like for instance, if you say live by yourself and then you think, oh, I'm going to have a holiday or whatever, no, you can't. So like I mean, you can if you obviously like you know someone that's willing to like look after your animal, but it's also the trust issue as well. All right, and also another thing, like for instance, when I wanted to buy cats, even though I was looking on say Spock or Marketplace or whatever, there are a lot of people that pretend, okay, that they're actually really nice people when they're not. So there's a lot of dog baiting that goes on as well, which is very, very serious. So they'll actually buy a little kitten or an actual cat and then make it fight with a dog, and then obviously make the dog kill it to obviously like make the dog a little bit more vicious. That is disgusting. Like I don't believe anything like that. So even if you do think about either selling your cat or giving it away to someone as well, just make sure that you seriously check out that person, all right? Because obviously even if they're dressed up really nice and presentable and whatever, it don't mean nothing, all right? So it's completely down to you, but the advice that I'm giving you, I feel as though it's really, really good advice. But Ennett, that was a good little video for me and you, wasn't it, mate? Hey, I want to give you a couple of treats now, all right? Because you was really good. So yeah, that's just a little video to bring out awareness to everyone. I hope you really enjoyed it, all right? But make sure that you subscribe wherever the little button is, like around this screen. Just make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and share and put a little comment down below, innit, mate? All right? And then we can reach other people out on the internet. Hey, Tilly, what do you think? Hey, do you think it was good? Hey? Good girl. All right, so yeah, take care, and I hope you enjoyed this video, all right? And I'm going to be bringing out a few more very, very soon, all right? So yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.